big question. That's far bigger than a human being can actually answer.
It's a big question.
Wow, that's a really big question, huh?
Oh, that's a big one.
That's heavy.
Wow, that's pretty bold. I don't know if I can answer that.
As an atheist, this is going to be a hard one to answer, since we have no belief in God.
Wars. There would just be peace, no wars.
The water.
I'm pretty good. I'm good. Yeah. I would change things.
I would try to change people's heart and minds.
I would instill less importance on things and stuff. And I think stuff leads to greed, and greed leads to thousands and millions of different terrible, terrible things that happen in society.
So sorry, I gotta say I'd change your question. Because it raises, the bigger issue of what is God?
I don't know what I would do. I'd cast a spell on everybody and make everybody be the same. Treat everyone the same. Everyone has the same things. No one has to worry about having more of this and more of that.
And sirens. I would like to change those. They're annoying.
I would not let bad things happen to good people.
To have people realize that money isn't everything. As much as I love my family, like my mom, she worked a lot. She was away for a lot of the times, and I feel like it would have been better if she stayed around a bit more.
I think it would be for people to have a better sense of openness, right? So if people are more accepting, if the majority of people are more accepting, then we'll have less problems in the world, right?
I suppose if I was in the place of God, I would try and make humans more forgiving.
More love in the world, not so much fighting. And it's just over little stuff, because I see a lot of people just fighting over just little squabbles that could be just talked out.
I think I would want to find a way that we could all live comfortably without ruining the earth. Like actually, if we changed our school system so that teaching about the environment was, as important as math and reading.
If I could change things, I would look for more equality in the entire world, financially, resource-wise, just to kind of even out the imbalance in the world as a whole.
I think if I could change anything, I would change the living habits of everyone. I would have everyone, I would have life being fair and being the same for everybody. Everybody gets to paint with the same brush. If I could change things, that's what I would change.
Certainly tackle the hunger and poverty problem around the world. Obviously touched, and I feel very strongly about hunger and poverty issues worldwide. Something I'd like to change myself. I do understand that as one person, I do have a role in making these types of changes.
I think I'd want to get people to respect other people and our planet a lot more. I think we as a human race have a long way to go in that respect. Some are better than others, but we live too much for the moment. In North America in particular, we live in too much of a consumer society, and there are too many places in the world where there aren't equal rights and there's so much violence and so many scary things happen. My personal belief is that God is in every single one of us, and so I would try and help people find their inner God, to work towards peace, to work towards building community, and to work towards just respecting.
If I were God, I would hope that people would listen to me, and I would say, let there be peace, and there would be peace, I would hope.
So why is that important to you?
Because people are dying, children are hungry, people are being displaced. It's terrible. You wake up in the morning here in Riverdale and you have a good life. And then you turn on the BBC and you see it all, and it's pretty awful. It's pretty grim.
It's cliche, but less pain and suffering, I suppose. I know that's kind of a broad term, but less pain and suffering. I find it interesting because I think if people were just a little bit better, just 10% kinder, 10% thinking more towards the future, just 10% more helpful, and just kind of, treated nature with a little bit more respect, what we could achieve. So maybe if I just kind of gave a little bit more, just kind of give humanity that one little extra positive push, like, I don't know, just one extra chromosome, one extra gene, something to help people get along.
Illness. So I guess I would try to somehow figure out a way to do away with certain illnesses like cancer, which is affecting people's lives, especially my family. So I guess I would try to somehow figure out how to help with that.
Good bad things happening to good people. That my own family's gone through it, so like I know what it's like, right?
Because I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair because so many horrible people have good lives and so many good people go through so many horrible things, and I don't think it's fair. So that's why.
I think I would make everyone self-aware. As they're speaking with people, they completely understand how they're coming across, so they can understand their manners and maybe correct some problematic things they're saying.
I'd make everybody speak the same language, because then that way there's communication and there'd be a lot less wars and animosity because we'd be able to understand each other better.
The way humans are interacting or not interacting, I would say more cohesion. I think we've lost the human spirit, the human touch, the ability to even say hi to one another. We're so money driven, so
I don't know, I think I'd just clear up the whole free will thing and just sort of like make sure, I don't know, maybe give some clarity to the fact that we have freedom to make decisions, but also that there's maybe that destiny or something like that. I guess it's important because I'm making a lot of big decisions in my life right now, so I just have to like think about it, think it through, and like, am I doing the right thing, or like, what reasons am I doing this for, So.
I'd pretty much do away with this industry down here. Or I'd make it a minimum wage industry, the financial services industry. I know that's blasphemy. What the hell, if I'm God, that's what I do. Yeah. Because our values are upside down, so I say ass backwards. For instance, say an elementary school teacher would get paid a lot more. They'd be worth more to society.
I suppose I changed the way people think about God, because so many people use, so say, God's words or the Bible, for example, to push their own views onto other people. I'd change the way people thought about what God wanted.
I would re-instruct people to let them know that they're not as in charge as they like to think they are. It really bothers us to see what's done in the world with religion as an excuse.
I would eliminate the dichotomy of good and evil, because I think that's what perpetuates most of the conflicts on this planet.
I would change the way everyone worships me. If I was God, then that means I made the earth and the universe and all the people in it. So I would tell all the religious leaders that they kind of got it wrong, and that I'm not angry at people and I don't hate them and I'm not always pointing the finger that they've done something wrong, but that I made them and they are my handiwork, and I made them because I love them, and I would want them to know that I love them and that I want them to share. I want them to first of all understand that I love them, and that therefore they can be secure in that love, and that they can love other people and they don't have to
come up with a bunch of rules and say, I'm following these rules and you're not, therefore, like, I hate you or you're different, but that we're all human beings, we're all children of God.
I know that I wouldn't change anything. I just believe that things are the way they are. And that's sort of where we go with it. And I don't really think anything can be changed. It's just the way it is.
Oh man, tough question. I guess that's my answer. I don't really know because I'm not in his shoes, if there even is a God, right?
But as God is in control, so I would know what God should do.
It's people's attitude towards religion, and that's causes a lot of problems, causes a lot of friction, but it also solves a lot of problems. So,
I like the snowball effect. I feel like in that case, if I were God and I were to change one thing, it wouldn't really matter in the end, because there'd be other problems that would kind of come along with that change.
To be God, like how am I to put down everything that He's done? Like, how am I to, you know, what if everything is perfectly aligned? What if everything is how it's supposed to be? You know, then who am I to say to make anything different?
Okay, my name is Alan, and I'm from Toronto.
I'm Linda, I'm from Toronto.
My name's Clay. I'm born and raised from Toronto.
I'm Laura and I'm from Toronto.
I'm Sheldon. I'm from Toronto.